Toni Holmes, Foundation Degree, Stage Management and Technical Theatre, Year 2. The week leading up to production was very stressful due to the fact that parts of the set were not finished. This was mainly the vines, although there were other things such as the crystal ball that had to be finished as well. The vines took a very long time to make, and if I was to do this production again, I would make the vines differently by getting together a production team to work on one aspect of the vines. For instance, I'd probably get 1 or 2 people to paint the cardboard tubes with the base and texture colours, one person to cut them to different lengths needed, one person to put the holes into the cardboard tubes after they've been painted and cut, 1 or 2 people to tie them together, depending on how many people we had in the team, and 2 people to put the material on them to give them more texture and add the socks to them to cover up the joins. I also put together a CD for the soundtracks for the Panther. However, when it came to listening to it in the theatre, it was very poor quality, even though it sounded good at home. I think the reason for this was the large space in the theatre and the acoustics being different to at home. The next time I would take the CD into the theatre at an earlier date, if possible, and listen to the CD to try and work out where the poor quality sounding tracks were for the theatre, and that would give me more chance to change them so we weren't having to rush at the last minute to get the track sorted. The week the production started off badly. We had issues with the lighting, sound and prompt copy throughout the first few days. The issues with the prompt copy were the cues had been altered from the paper tech, and no one had told me, so I was cueing cues that were no longer there and missing cues that had been added in. This was due to a lack of communication between myself and the lighting designer. To sort this out next time, we'd make sure that we had better communication, not only with our own departments, but with the other departments as well. We realised that the lighting desk had duplicate cues in that didn't change and was causing issues with the cueing and the lighting operator not realising. This was because the lighting designer had chosen to not put the chases in he was originally going to do, and that was causing issues with our cueing. Once we'd realised this and got it sorted out, the cueing was much easier and solved many of the issues. Apart from there was some cues that were very quick, and this caused some problems due to the fact we had to keep switching our lighting operators to give all the first chase a chance at the desk. This meant that the quick cues were unknown to the new operators, and although they were told prior to their turn on the desk, they often found it hard to do the quick cues as they hadn't practiced them. Next time we'd make sure to run through those cues several times with the operators to try and make sure that they knew where the cues were. As well, we'd probably try to just keep 1 or 2 lighting operators operating instead of switching them around. That would have saved a lot of hassle as well. There were issues with the sound cues as to when the thunder effect sounded, as certain scenes didn't require it when the witch came on, but it did in others. This was because she was supposed to be in disguise when the thunder wasn't sounded, but because of lack of costumes from the actors, the witch wasn't actually in disguise. The sound operator also kept taking off their comm system, making it hard for me to cue them in certain scenes where they would be listening to music without the comm system on. To resolve this, we came up with the idea of them telling me that they were set up ready for the next queue to go, once they'd finished listening to the music and I just wouldn't queue them for it. There was a scene that the sound operator cued the lighting operator as he needed to take a few seconds in a blackout to change for the next sound effect, so we decided it would be best to get the sound operator to cue this so he would have enough time to get things sorted out. There was also issues with the pianist as he kept cueing the witch to come on too quickly during the blackout, which was put in to give the princess time to get off stage. This was resolved when we got the pianist to wait for the lights to go up before he played the witch's entry music. So in effect we were cueing him to go instead of him cueing us to go. At the beginning of the week I found it hard to cue because I was trying to say everything at the last second. I found out it was a lot easier to say things a little bit before. I had to say the word go and then say the word go when I had to say it. This made queuing in a lot smoother. During the week I sat down with both the sound operators and lighting operators to go through their cue sheets with them so they knew where their cues were and what they were doing with them and what the stage should look like for each one and what I was waiting for as the cue. This helped them if I ended up missing anything while I was queuing, and helped them to know where they were. The get in and get out went very well. It took a little while at the start of the get in to get going, but we managed to get it done within the day. This allowed time for sorting out the sound and lighting during the second day when we had another get in. During the get in I helped set up the grotto to Sleeping Beauty and tied lines onto the rollers so they could go up into the rig. The get out was done very quickly and we had it done within a morning, which was good as it meant we didn't have to come back into college after Christmas to finish it off. I also tried to get contact hospitality sheets off the directors on several occasions, but they kept forgetting to do them. Next time I do a production, I won't leave the directors to get the information that we need. I'll make sure to get the information off the performers themselves, as I've learnt not to trust the directors to get the information to pass on to me, and the rest of the team.